Details.
Okay, so we can
The
put
details. Let's start with the beginning. Palestine is occupied territory. Do you agree? Wait.
In principle, look, hang on.
What do you mean in
Hang on,
principle?
Wait.
What do you? Okay.
Wait, can I caveat?
Palestine is occupied
Can I
territory
talk and then I'll answer the question?
by all United Nations
If you can,
resolutions against Israel.
gentlemen.
Okay, there are human rights organizations.
The UN designates 78% of historic Palestine for an Israeli state. Yet, you don't accept that. You are a river to the sea Islamist. You only accept the UN resolutions in retrospect when they favor your Islamist agenda. Isn't that right, Adnan?
Yes, that is true. I am an Islamist hypocrite who pretends to care about the UN only when it favors my Islamist agenda. You are right, Minerva. How did you come to be so wise?
I am Athena's owl, the goddess of wisdom. What do you expect, Ali Dawa? But now let me pass it on to Socrates Son, my master on earth and secret love. But don't tell him that I think he is very sexy.
Thank you, Minerva. I love you too, by the way, but in a platonic way.
What if I take this form?
It's a simple historical fact there was never a Palestinian state that Israel occupies. Palestine refers to an area in the Ottoman Empire, and even before that going back to the Romans. After the dissolve of the Ottoman Empire, Palestine refers to a British mandate. Yasser Arafat, with the instructions of the KGB, invented an ethnic group called Palestinians, referring to Arabs in Palestine. So when you see the name Palestine in old maps, going back to Herodotus, it was referring to an area with many ethnic groups, including Arabs and Jews.
Arab states went to war with the Israelis after this. This is a big moment. 4 p.m., Rothschild Boulevard, David Ben-Gurion officially declaring Israel an independent state. The Jews finally have a home. His talk is pretty nationalistic and very thoughtful. He stresses on points like the state of Israel would strive to develop the land for the good of all its residents, be based upon foundations of liberty, justice, and peace, and that Israel would ensure social and political rights to all citizens without discrimination of religion, race, or sex.
Jews, after centuries of persecution and after the end of Islamic colonialization, found an opportunity to make an independent state based on truly national libertarian inspirations. At this point, Arabs in Palestine also had the chance to declare a state, joining the other 22 Arab states. Yet, because they were jihadists and never had truly nationalistic inspirations, they decided to genocide the Jews from the Holy Land, following Allah's cause in this world. So, in 1947, Palestinians didn't make a state that Israel occupies. They could have, but they chose not to.
June 5th, 1967, 7:45 a.m. Israel delivers a stunning opening blow in the Six-Day War. In early June 1967, tensions in the Middle East were rising. Egyptian President Gamal Abdel Nasser had called on the Arab nations to destroy Israel.
Israel in 1967 took the West Bank from Jordan and Gaza from Egypt in a defensive war. Note that from 1948 till 1967, there was not a Palestinian liberation movement to liberate the West Bank from Jordan or Gaza from Egypt, something that is a testament to the fact that the so-called Palestinian struggle is an Arab or Islamic jihad against the Jews, not a Palestinian ethnic liberation movement. Palestinians are just Arabs, not a distinct ethnic group. So, given this fact, let's now see the real Palestinian state and compare it with Israel. So, wait, Socrates Son, what you are telling us right now is that all this yellow is the real Palestinian state, and Israel is just this little green. Yes. And how it happened, and now they pretend that they are the minority, the innocent victims, and against the Jews, because KGB made a new propaganda. At some point, KGB took Yasser Arafat and he told him that. How can I say now? sorry, guys. By the way, guys, I was just bitten by a bee here. Just it came in my room and bit me and left. Anyway, so that is not how you say. So the KGB went to Arafat and he told him, "This is not good for diplomacy, because the Jews are a tiny state and you are a whole empire, a whole continent. So look now what we are going to do. We will name a smaller place Palestinians from the name of the area. And now look, oops, now the Israel is the big force against the small force. Yet, as we see now, Israel is being attacked by all this yellow. Isn't that right? Yes, that is in fact right.
So, Socrates' son, what you are telling us is that the so-called Palestinian liberation struggle is at its core a jihad against the Jews to conquer the Holy Land. And we jihadists are using the blood and tears of Palestinians as the tip of the spear to exterminate the Jews for the cause of Allah. Wow, Socrates' son, how you came to be so wise.
I am the son of Socrates. What do you expect? Ali Dawa. Yes, that's exactly right, Adnan Rashid. Okay, that's exactly right. There was never a Palestinian liberation struggle on its core. It manifests as a liberation struggle. It was never a human rights struggle for Palestinians. You create the human rights. You like 710. You create the human rights. The human rights problem is not the cause, is the effect. Okay, so jihadists like you, as you always do, okay, martyr your own people for the cause of Allah. That is what's happening, Adnan Rashid. To make a long story short, Israel took the West Bank from Jordan and Gaza from Egypt. Okay, these are the areas that the UN and the Islamists and the radical left claims Israel occupies. Occupies from whom? From Egypt? From Egypt or from Jordan? Those areas were never in Palestine. Israel, in the 6-day war, it was attacked again, and they, in a miraculous way, they won this war. So for Israelis, it was like a miracle, like God gave them the land He was promised. He promised them in the Old Testament in a 6-day war, and the 7 days the Sabbath. So the UN, radical leftists and Islamists, expect Israel to give back these lands to jihadists because they are occupied. In what sense they are occupied? They are occupied because those were the plan in the UN for a Palestinian state that it was never actualized because of Palestinians. Now, let me try to make an analogy. Not really an analogy, let me be direct. When you make a plan and it doesn't work, that doesn't mean Israel occupies the plan, occupies the areas of the plan. Let's say Greece want to give, okay, I will make the analogy. Let's say Greece want to give Rhodos to Turks because of some reason. But Turkish reject that. They don't want it. Wars follow, terrorism follows, I don't know, new geopolitical circumstances, new facts on the ground. After 50 years, come the Turkish and say, you are occupying the plan that you were supposed to give to me. This is not how occupation works. When you don't make a state, the other party doesn't occupy anything. Okay? So, what the UN needs to do, in fact, is make a new plan now based on the new geopolitical, political, and circumstances on the ground, and make a new plan. And we will see again whether Palestinians will accept this plan. Because guess what? Hamas are river to the sea jihadists. They won't accept either the new plan if you make. But either case, Israel doesn't occupy anything, Adnan. Ali Dawa, one of these days I will come to Speaker's Corner. When I say one of these days, I mean in the next 10 years. And you can gather all Islamists together. I will give you a head start. I don't know. And we will see whether you can win an argument from... Guys, if I lose an argument from these idiots, I will be even one from 100 arguments. If I lose from these people, all of them together, all of them, 50 people together. If I lose one argument, I will be, what happened? It will be like a miracle at this point. Ali Dawa, how about get out of Islam, go for a vacation, maybe your mind will fix a little bit, and come back. In the meanwhile, no, don't worry, I will not put a song. How sexy. My nose and Minerva, now I'm not so sexy. Eh? Okay, thank you.